Hello, 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 hello. Hi all and welcome to another edition of Midday Market Review live trading by TraderCast on YouTube. My name is Phil Conchar. I'll be your presenter today. Very briefly, for those of you who don't know me, I am a founder and CEO of TraderCast.com. So if you're looking for a community of like-minded traders, check us out on TraderCast.com. If you're looking for trading education, you can check our courses on mytradingskills.com. A little bit more about me. This is for people who haven't seen this before. I've been in the industry for a very long time and had the privilege of talking in front of thousands of people over the last 10 years or so, and had the privilege of teaching some of them how to trade. Some were brand new people who needed a complete guidance with step-by-step introduction to trading, a beginner's guide to trading, and some were experienced traders who needed help with a specific area of their trading activity. So maybe risk management, maybe psychology, and so on. Big disclaimer, I'll be showing you some live trades here very soon. These are my opinions and experiences. This is not advice. I do not have the indication of your personal investment or trading objectives, so therefore anything I say here should be for the educational purposes. This is basically a proof of concept, what I think you should be able to do if you go through the courses, if you go through a structured education and learn how to trade for yourself. Last week, I don't know how many of you have actually watched the sessions last week. I had a number of positions opened into Friday, and some of them are closed, so I'm flat today. There is literally nothing, but I'm keeping an eye on a couple of things. I might be looking to do something with Nasdaq very soon. Actually, I might be able to do that during this event. I am looking for a setup, and I'll tell you about it in more detail shortly if I get the opportunity to get in. But I was long Nasdaq at 15,760, and if you remember, I moved the stop at entry and then above entry and so on. So finally I got out of that position, 16,280. WTI crude, the last 1/10 of the position, the last segment of the position, it was closed with a stop loss at 69, so the stop loss was moved higher. I was long FTSE from 71.71, and I was aiming for 73.50 if you remember, and I got out of that trade as well at 72.50. It didn't hit the ultimate limit that I was expecting, but it worked out from the position management point of view. And then also long gold at 1758. I had my limit order at 1808. If you remember, it was 1790, 1800, 1808, and then a breakout above that, possibly more, but 1808 got out of that trade. I'm looking for another position now in gold at 1790, and I'll tell you about it in more detail. And I was also long sterling dollar at 33.10, which was a speculative entry counter trend, and I got stopped out at 32.55 with that trade. Now, what I'm going to do right now is I am going to show you a couple of things that I'm looking at the moment, and this will be fast and furious. I won't go into too much detail. I'll reserve all of that for the proper broadcast in TraderCast, but this is just for a quick overview of what I'm looking at the moment. So we're seeing a fairly substantial pullback now in equities since Friday, and in particular today as well. Various reasons for it. I don't want to go into too much detail on that, but this is Nasdaq, or US Tech Index. It's coming to a decent level now, so this area here is definitely an area of interest for me. 15,540 or 15,550, so thereabout. It's a decent level of interest for me. We have a horizontal here We also have a fib from swing low to swing high of 50%. And I'm looking for some sort of reversal here. I'm looking for a candle to give me the reason to get in, and it might be a shorter term scalp. I don't know, we'll see. But if I decide to go here, I would likely put my stop loss at 15,410. So therefore, I'm risking about 120, 130, 150 points, depending how I get in or where I get in exactly. And I would expect to see a possible oversold rally towards 16,000, 16,200 again. And the reason for that would be something like this. So this zone here would be of interest to me. So 16,095, 16,100, 16,200 on the upside as a potential limit order for me. So that's where I am with Nasdaq at the moment. I'm waiting for 2 more minutes for this candle to complete, and then I'll decide if I want to participate with Nasdaq around here. I'm waiting for this to settle. So I don't want to bore you with too much detail on that, but I'll let you know if I decide to do anything. The other thing that a lot of people were saying, oh, what's happening with S&P? So let me just show you S&P very quickly. So S&P, the level that could be of interest is at 45.70 thereabouts. So breakout above these consolidations, 45.35 would be a risk to the downside. So we have this rising trend line in longer term time frame. I'll show you all of that in a minute. And then from the limit orders, 46.20, and then 46.63, 65, and then up here towards 4,700. So this would be the first area of interest from a profit-taking point of view. A longer-term rising trend line here, longer-term rising trend line, prices coming down to meet it. There's a few other things, longer-term moving averages, there's some fib retracements, there's a few different things there, but I'm looking for a pattern here to get in. So I got my 15-minute candle on Nasdaq. Not really convincing. What I'll do is I'll go for a small position on Nasdaq. Okay, so I'm long Nasdaq now at 15,561. Okay, I will put my stop loss very, very quickly. Let me just do that. 15,400. 20. So I'm risking about 135 points in this, and my limit order, I'm going to keep it at 16,200. So I'm in this trade right now. I'll show you what I did. I'll show you what it's quite speculative. It's a scalp. Okay, here we go. So there is a position that I've just entered in Nasdaq. It came to the level that I was looking at, and it formed a very small oversold bounce back. So this is, let me just zoom in and I'll show you what I mean by that. So we have lower highs, lower lows, a breakout, retest, close to that 15,500 area, and then we have 1 2 3 red candles followed by spinning bottom here. So it's the same as, it's very similar to this one here, which is followed by green. So this is called morning star reversal, and at least you get a little bit of a follow through to the upside. So I might not take this as a swing type trade, but at the moment this is where I am. So let me just show you where my stop is and my limit order. So what I've done is I've put my stop down here towards 15,425, so it's about 135 points of risk on this trade. So if I'm wrong, I'll be paying special attention to these lows down here, and potentially, if this works out, this could be a good partial profit taking. 15,960, then 16,000, 16,100, and then I have my ultimate take profit up here at 16,200. So just in case if anything happens, I'm going to keep it there, but I might be looking to take partial profits, and I will very quickly move the stop loss higher, move the stop loss at break even, move the stop loss above entry, and so on and so on, and try and lock in some money that way. So currently this is showing a small loss. It's a smaller position than I would normally take, but I'm leaving it on for now, and this is ahead of the US Open. So this is S&P very quickly. The other thing that I know quite a few people are asking about is gold. So gold is coming to a decent level of interest for me as well. 1790, this area here is definitely an area of interest. 1792 half, 1793, 1790. So anywhere around there, anywhere around here could be of interest. So far there was a little bit of a bounce back. This is a 4-hourly time frame, and I'm expecting to see a breakout pullback and a rally. This would also correspond to this type of setup as well, and I like to take these quite often from the symmetrical point of view. This is the widest point of the pennant. Falling breakout gives us the limit order. If I was a little bit more speculative, I can take this many points and then extend all of that to the upside. That gives us 1824 to work with. So basically this zone here would be of interest to me as a potential take profit area. If I decide to get in around here at 1790, I would likely keep my stop loss at 1780, 1780. So this is the amount of risk for potentially this much of the gain. So from the risk to reward ratio, we have 1, 2 and a bit, so 2 to 1 roughly risk to reward ratio, just above that level. But that's where I'm with gold at the moment. I'm keeping a close eye on gold. I was also keeping a close eye on silver as well, and I'll show you that that's 2230 for silver, and I'll show you all of that. So I'm not in this trade just yet, but I might be looking to do something a little bit later with gold. Now the other thing that I was looking at is silver at 2230 was of interest to me. Let me see, where is the silver now? It's pulling back, same as gold. So 2230, that's an area for silver. 2220, 2230, that's a good one for silver. Where is my silver chart? Ah, here we go. Apologies. 22 2220, 2230, let's call it 2220, these lows here, with a view to potentially have risk down to 2210. So these lows, highs, lows, so that's the amount of risk here for this type of trade. And then I would look for a push higher towards 2250, 2265, possibly even up here towards the cluster of these lows, 2280. So all of this could be an area of interest from the kind of a take profit point of view. Not in this trade yet again, a very simple setup, fib low, high, and also I'm looking at this from trend line breakout, resistance, breakout, retest. A few things here, a few things why I'm looking at this. Keeping an eye on, at the moment there is no entry because there is just a continuous selling pressure. I'm waiting for some kind of candle confirmation that looks like this three, or maybe these two here, or even a candle that looks like this, a big wick with the body on the top, or something down here. I might decide to do something at that level. So that's the level that I'm keeping an eye on. The other thing that I want to show you very quickly, WTI futures. This looks bearish actually. This looks bearish at 69.20 with a potential dip lower towards 66, 65, 80 or thereabout here. So cluster of these lows. So this would be the kind of a potential take profit for a short setup, and then the stop would be at just up here, 70.30 or 70.50. So this is the amount of risk. So basically what I'm looking at with WTI, and this is crude oil. WTI crude. I'm looking for a potential oversold rally. So this was support. Now that becomes a newly found resistance, and I'm looking for a rejection and a dip lower. Apologies. I'm looking for a rejection around there for another dip lower towards these lows here now. A breakout and end of day close above 70.50 or 71, even 71 would then negate this, and then this would become a short squeeze, and then off we go higher, because then you would see a breakout above this falling resistance trend line. It changes everything, but that's what I'm looking at the moment with WTI. I have nothing open with WTI at the moment. I was a buyer at these lows. Now I'm looking for an oversold rally and a possible rejection at the previous support, now newly found resistance. So there's few other things which are actually developing right now, but I'm running out of time. I need to go and do the broadcast at TraderCast. Just very quick update on where we are with this live trade. This live trade is on at the moment. It's smaller size than I would normally take. So I'm in here long. Luckily, this was triggered while I was speaking to you. So the initial stop, really mental stop, is down here at 15,500. I wouldn't like to see a loss of that. I might stop myself out before, but I have a stop. I have a hard stop down here at 15,420. So I'm risking 135 points, And then if this plays out and we see a breakout to the upside, there are a number of levels where partial profit taking would be the appropriate thing to do, all the way up towards 16,100, 16,200, where the limit order is currently sitting, and that's giving us a risk to reward ratio of 5 to 1. So 5 to 1 risk to reward ratio. Look, it was lovely talking to you all. Stay safe, happy trading. My trading activity will slow down very rapidly now, the closer we get to the Christmas holidays, and then I'll just disappear for a while. So hopefully you're finding this informative and beneficial. Yet again, if you are watching this for the first time, this is not advisory. These are basically my opinions and experiences, and I'm just showing you the practical application of what I think you would be able to do if you decide to go through some of our courses on my trading skills, or if you join us in our community on TraderCast.com. In the meantime, stay safe, happy trading, and bye for now. Look after yourself.